All right, so hello everyone. Today we're talking about trafficking, human trafficking. I'm going to look up the definition of trafficking and just look into the history of January as Trafficking Awareness Month to see if my understanding of trafficking is what it truly is in its entirety. Since today is already Tuesday and we didn't do a live yesterday, I'm just going to jump in without going over any parts of the library. Can when I put it on the calendar, I put it in as trafficking, right? Because it's very much, again, I need to read on this topic, but my understanding is that it's very much tied in with pre-established modes of transportation, right? And traffic in general. So I think understanding those other systems of traffic and travel shine a lot of light on trafficking in general. Yeah. So, not necessarily, and you hear a lot of stories about trafficking that happens very much off the beaten path, right? And I think that's a little bit more rare. But I have to find some sources to read about it. I wonder if we'll be able to find any books. So prevention, I need to update that. Let's go ahead and do that now. Let's go into Pixlr trafficking prevention, right? And save that. Trafficking prevention. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to repost the calendar. I probably can delete it and redo that because I think it's really important to change those everywhere. I just have trafficking. Oh. that may or may not get changed just because of what I just stated as far as it being trafficking and just like transportation. But this week, if I'm going to put awareness, then I should change it to prevention. But I can still. So, yep, this is how most things get done here. Just a lot of screenshots. And then I take another screenshot, which is probably why the quality of the image is pretty bad. But I can probably just repost everything later to fix it. This is coming from about here to about there. Okay. I don't think I'll be able to edit the image. Yeah. So I just have to repost everything. Or maybe not. I will decide. Anyway. So why is it called trafficking? So that's the thing that gets me is this has happened before, where I was like, oh, human trafficking includes all of that, but I didn't know it included all of this. I mean, it's the movement of a person for these purposes, right? Okay, so let's see if we can find a book on human trafficking on archive. And it said there it's one of the fastest growing illegal industries. All right, this book was published in 2008. This book was published 2009, 2012. Is that a reprint? Ten. $2017. Well, look at this one. It's India, in Chicago specifically. And videos. Let's look at this. I haven't really been checking out Internet Archive's other resources other than just the books. So let me disconnect my headphones. All right, so I think 5 minutes is enough. All right, so clarified what it is. I'm going to add this to our trafficking prevention list. And we'll go back to some of those books. Thank you to Beautiful and Gorgeous and the Bow Tie Guy. That's interesting. All right, measuring it. Okay. So let's get our books. It's already 7:30. It's a video. Ooh, 2024. That's what we need. Wow, way to go, Internet Archive. Very recent. I wonder if exploitation has been added to the definition since that video. Oh, it's a video. I should have known it was a video. Okay. Let's add it. National Christmas Day. Oh, they have a lot of these. Nice. All right, let's use this one. Just trying to look at ones that come from slightly different angles. So that's a criminology book. The other one, like the measuring it. This one that we should use measuring. I think I already saved it though. Yeah, I did. It's right here. I'll just open it up again. Okay, it is modern day slavery, so we'll make that clear with this one. A reference handbook? It's kind of very handy. And then this one. A global perspective. Okay. It's child trafficking specifically. Okay. Plenty of books. We do not need to go to any other site this time around, right? And great. Borrow unavailable, right? And that's the next piece. Which ones of these are available? Didn't I already save this though? Okay, we can have this one. Unavailable here. Don't know why I am exiting out of them. All right, so this book examines all forms of human trafficking globally, revealing the operations of the trafficking business and the nature of the traffickers themselves. Why has human trafficking flourished? The diverse consequences of human trafficking as transnational organized crime, the business of human trafficking, Asian trafficking, human trafficking in Eurasia and Eastern Europe, trafficking in Europe, trafficking in the United States, human trafficking in Latin America and Africa. Presents a look at human trafficking, discusses the effects on the victims, and explores ways to solve the problem. Lovely. Trafficking is modern-day slavery, debt slavery in South Asia, kids for sale in the Middle East, trafficking of women, child trafficking in Africa, Central American babies for sale. There is still slavery in America, the impact of trafficking on survivors, solving the problem. This one includes bibliographical references, introduction, modern-day slaves, what is human trafficking, the demand for cheap labor, soldiers and the sex trade, child victims of human trafficking, freeing enslaved humans. Did I save that one? Introduces global perspectives on trends in human trafficking, factors contributing to the problem, strategies to reduce its flow, and efforts to aid its victims. Explores issues related to human trafficking, including what factors contribute to human trafficking, if internet sites used for sex trafficking should be shut down, if globalization promotes human trafficking, and how human trafficking can be stopped. Well, it's great that all these books that we just recently looked at seem to be really looking for the solution, because it is about prevention. And yeah. This one from the publisher's website. Each anthology is composed of a wide spectrum of primary sources written by many of the foremost authorities in their respective fields. This unique approach provides students with a concise view of divergent opinions on each topic. Extensive book and periodical bibliographies and a list of organizations to contact are also included. Can governments reduce human trafficking? Laws and more education can stop child trafficking. Legalizing prostitution increases human trafficking. The Trafficking Victims Protection Reauthorization Act has been effective. Laws meant to deter illegal aliens adversely affect human trafficking victims. What? I'm going to have to read that one, Mary Ellen Doherty and Jane Burke. We love a good anthology, right? Wow. That's good. Yeah. Going to government corruption can lead to an increase in human trafficking. United Nations Global Initiative to Fight Human Trafficking. What can individuals and organizations do to reduce human trafficking? Human trafficking is as difficult to define as it is to stop. Educating Johns about forced prostitution can help reduce demand. Outreach organizations can decrease child trafficking. Outreach organizations have a limited impact on reducing child trafficking. I see what you did there. Prostitute alliances can combat human trafficking. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of contradiction. Despite abolitionist efforts, human trafficking thrives. Can global cooperation reduce human trafficking? Educating international military forces can reduce human trafficking. Efforts against human trafficking in the United States extend worldwide. Global efforts can reduce human trafficking in the Persian Gulf states. The World Trade Organization's migrant worker policies worsen human trafficking. Global sanctions do not reduce human trafficking. What role do victims play in human trafficking? Victims of human trafficking are not to blame for their misery. Many trafficking victims do not cooperate with officials. Some trafficking victims blame themselves. Victims of human trafficking are the responsibility of the world community. Hopes for a better future lure many victims into trafficking rings. Women traffickers victimize other women. I was just thinking about that yesterday. Thinking about sexism and how I think sexism is definitely a thing, but those who share the same and I identify in the same way, right, can still mistreat each other for sexist reasons. Which is really, really sad. All right, so this book was added to a list. I love this one. The anthology one is definitely getting added. So let's go ahead and figure out which 4 we'll do since we have 4 days this week. Creation guide template, great. This is for haven't been feeling inspired in recently. I think I'll do the typical travel study right here. And I haven't been keeping up with my sources at all. I have to do better with that. I was doing it in the beginning, and I really got away from listing my sources, which is not good. I do have my search history now. The retroactive figuring out of. Yeah, how did I end up getting away from that? So I should really get back to just using this in general, actually. So let's go ahead and update this. I can do, there's 3 lines for each one. I can just insert a row above. Well, I have to do 2 more rows. And yeah. So we have the first book, there's 1. And then we have the travel. I've been just taking notes in my notebook, which I like. But being that I'm sharing the screen, just doesn't make sense to do that. So we'll come back to using this a little bit more. Regularly. Why am I doing a number like this? I don't know. So anywho, we'll get these books here. This first one is, this is the anthology one, right? Yeah, that's great. Human Trafficking by None. We know it's not by none, it's by various. Okay. Human trafficking. Anthology. All right. And now we have this one. This one isn't, it's also by the same publisher. efforts to aid its victims. Detroit. Juvenile literature. It says none again. Yeah, it's another type of anthology. Oh, chapter 1, Global Trends in Human Trafficking. Oh, Bosnia, Zimbabwe. This is great. All right, let's use this one. Same title, same author. Yeah. Human trafficking chapters by country. Okay, and then this was a different publisher. I really don't want to do this one. I'm not ready for that. Okay. This one presents a look at human trafficking, discuss the effects of the victims, and explores ways to solve the problem. Did I look at this before? This seems super similar to the other one. It just seems too similar to the other one. One of these was kind of different. It was the one on measuring. I think these are all really similar right now. So let's see if I can find. And this one just has a chapter that I'm really not. I don't think it necessarily. Unfortunately, I don't think it. Fits. All right, here we go. This one. What is going on? There you go. Just had to get that one. Books from last time. Well, we have our books, even if I won't have them all added to the list. It seems to be taking a while here there. This is the one I hope we can borrow. This is a good book. It's borrowable, yay. The chapters in this book are revised versions of selected papers presented at the ISPAC International Conference on Measuring Human Trafficking Complexities and Pitfalls, held in Courmayeur, Montblanc, Italy. Measuring Human Trafficking. Measuring Human Trafficking Complexities and Pitfalls. Human trafficking and the media. I mean, I always say like the media. What does that mean? But I mean, the media. I think that's a good chapter. The media. Which media? By Stearman. Get this one last book. Oh, I thought I opened this one. I did. Victims' Consequences. That's a chapter that I'm interested in for this one. Okay. Victims' Consequences. This is by Curie McGee and LK. Oh, no. Sorry. It's. All right, Curie McGee. Human Rights in Focus, Human Trafficking. And I know I need a little colon there, but great. And that's all we will do for today. We have the books figured out. I know I mentioned that I would have to share things ahead of time. I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do that. I'm pretty sure I'll share them via story. I'll have to go through this little process. Before the start of the week. Now, the first time I did these, I released all of the takeaways on Friday. I'm supposed to do is just take an hour to finish each one. And then on Friday, I finish the last one, and then I release everything. And then what that does is it gives me the weekend to share what's coming up for the next week, right? And I just fell behind on that. But after having all the practice, I should be able to do that and figure out some way of posting every day. And I don't think I'll be posting every day on Instagram. I no longer have TikTok. Apparently it's supposed to be coming back. TikTok would have been a great place to post daily. I could do YouTube every day. I could do YouTube posts every day. YouTube is a pretty good place to practice with that. But I think I'll keep with the same setup for Instagram. And then I need to get back onto Facebook. But Facebook is kind of, it goes quiet. That's fine. And I need to post some job postings, which I'm in a good place to do that. I just have to get my EIN, my DUNS number, business bank. Anyway, so yeah, I should be posting some stuff for hiring. And these roles will probably be sales positions along with other responsibilities. I need to figure that out. I'll probably hire a salesperson and like a manager. I might end up needing a social media person after that. And then once I have payment for, a few years, then I can hire some employees. And then they'll be able to get their payment and then earn commission as well. But that way I can do some really good training. That's the end for this live. Yeah, I'm hoping I can get some energy more packed into these. But I think what's going to have to happen is that it's just going to need to be another role. I can do these, and anyone who's interested in the low energy awkwardness, then I can still have those. But yeah, I'll be trying to fill this role with people who are interested in certain topics, interested in traveling and reading, things like that, who can come in and be regular workshop leaders or just come in for a week or who knows, especially since we have the calendar ahead of time. Yeah, there's a lot that can be done, so it's exciting. If you're out there and you're watching, I think some people have kind of expressed interest. The only thing is that I have to make sure that for certain roles, I have the salary, like I have the money there. And I know that that's not supposed to be a requirement, but I think it's very much possible to have a salary before you hire for the role. I think that's usually, yeah. So if you're interested, I would really like to work with you. I just want to make sure that I can try to treat those how I wanted to be treated in different jobs. I don't think I was treated poorly as in not being paid. Anyway, not a big deal. But all I'm saying is if you're interested, let me know. And I'll try to get out some job positions soon, especially if you're into sales, and management. Yeah. Yeah. Right, and I'll see you tomorrow.